It's Online Biz Real Talk today, and we have an incredible subject for you with my incredible business partner. She's my neighbor here in Spain. She is in, you're in Valencia, right? Or Galicia? Yeah?
That's
Okay.
correct. Yes,
Yes,
Galicia.
yes. So, where are you from again?
I'm from Nigeria,
Yes. No, where are you living right now? You're in Galicia, did you
Akina.
say?
Yes, I'm in Galicia, okay,
Okay,
and
Galicia,
I'm living in
not Valencia.
Akina.
Okay, not Valencia, so Galicia.
No,
That's what I was
yes.
thinking. I was like, oh, I got it wrong. But we're doing these online biz talks to show people the real inside of the online world, how you can earn online legitimately in an easy way without setting everything up for you. Because honestly, our tech team is a dream team. They set everything up for you, and you only will see the benefits in the online world from this business. But our subject today is a really good subject: how to advertise for free online. Okay, how to advertise for free on Instagram specifically. So Instagram is our subject today. I love Instagram. I've got so many leads and buyers and so many sales, huge sales from Instagram. I really, really like Instagram. And we're going to go over that subject today. So without further ado, let's bring you in. Let's bring you in here. So thank you for coming, and thank you for giving us some. Thank you in advance for giving us some insight in the subject today. So introduce yourself fully, because I kind of introduced you wrong. So say, yeah, and yeah, and then I'll ask you some questions about the subject.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for having me. As always, Miss Georgia, Coach Georgia. Well, my name is Rita. I'm from Nigeria, and I've been in Spain for almost 20 years now. And I've been in the business, I'm a newbie, okay? I've been in the business for just 2 months, okay? And I'm learning a lot, okay? And then this business has changed a lot, my way of thinking, and it has changed my mentality a lot, and also it has made me take it has took me out from my comfort zone, okay, and it has made me to see life in a different way, mostly positively, okay. So I have been it's a blessing to me, this business, a lot, and then having this live show with you, it's another blessing as well. So thank you very much, Coach Georgia.
Thank you, beautiful. That is wonderful, and you're right. It is a blessing with so many things. I just got some checks. My business partners, they're helping me to make sure I get my checks, and they send me pictures of them, and that's how I deposit them into my account. So all these checks today and bonuses, little incentives, me seeing this and me seeing all my successes come in. Good news, good news, good news is always coming with this business, but not without works, right? And my kids was saying that just a moment ago. I'm like, we don't get much sleep, do we? My son, he's like, you don't get much sleep, do you, Mom? You stay up till like 4 in the morning with the business. I'm like, well, who else is going to do it? Because I'm up with the kids and we're hanging out all day. But I have to say, like, this is a business. This will create you success online a lot quicker than it will create success if you was having a brick and mortar business. And I know that 100%. You're in the online world, so you're gonna reap your benefits a lot quicker. But it's not without work. So you gotta work on your business. And this subject today, Instagram, working on your business through Instagram. Oh, it's a real asset to your business. It's a real compliment to your business. You want to be on Instagram. Instagram is an incredible platform, one of the hugest social media platforms out there. I remember when Instagram first came out, and it was like, wow, pictures, and you go see family pictures, and you go see this, and you go see that. I love it. I absolutely love it. So Facebook owns Instagram. Okay, guys, anybody who out there who doesn't know that, Facebook now owns Instagram since I would say what, 3, 4 years, maybe a little longer, maybe longer than that. And Facebook is one of the biggest platforms out there too. Facebook was like one of the first social media platforms, that was pretty much out there with everyone's information and pictures and blah blah blah. And then came Instagram and all these other platforms. But let's just stick with Instagram today. So Tell us a little bit about your experience on Instagram. Tell us how to create free ads on Instagram. I'm going to go over a little bit afterwards, but I want Rita to tell me her because she was explaining such an interesting way. And I was like, what? I was like, never mind, hold it, go on here. And then I'll ask you all the questions because I like being on the spot. We don't prepare much, to be honest with you, with this. This is all freestyle and this is not actors. This is like real. That's why it's called online biz real talk. So I might ask you some questions about how you do it. So go on, tell us how you advertise on Instagram for free.
Well, thank you for having me again. Thank you for that question because this topic is very beautiful because I love Instagram as well. Okay, just like not as much as Facebook, I love more Instagram. Okay, so how do I advertise freely on Instagram? What I do most is upload videos, okay? And also, not only did I do I upload the videos on my news feed of Instagram, I also use Reels to upload the video because Reels on Instagram go faster than on newsfeed because reels it's a short one, okay, it's a short video that you can use and then it attracts people a lot, okay. When you use that reels, people we just like, wow, this is very beautiful, this is very you make sure that the video, I make sure mostly I make sure that the video I upload, it has an interesting content that we attract people. If Also, if I have to, because most of the time I upload videos when I'm dancing, okay, and then on that I make sure I use a very beautiful music, okay, that will attract people. Music that people use lately, okay, and then I use that to upload my video. So that as well attract more. It makes my reels go further. Finally, the only other characteristics I use a lot about Reels is I change the location. Even though I'm in Spain, I can change the location to like United Kingdom or any other European country. Okay, and also that makes the Reels go faster to the country that I already selected. And then I can change also the gender, the audience, and finally, the most beautiful thing about is Instagram already gives you the audience that you want to choose. You have different options for the audience. For example, for this online business right now, you have audience that you can select, like e-commerce, like marketing, like financing, like entrepreneur. These options are already in Instagram. So I use that a lot. And using that, using Instagram's options and uploading reels as well, you are ready to go. And finally, your title must be captivating. When you use a captivating title, people learn to focus on the video and then they try to watch your video more, and it makes it even a lot better for now. Okay, so this is just the little idea I have about Instagram. Thank you for having me.
I love it. I love it. So you have all of those options just on the Instagram app when you're about to, yeah, I guess so, because I guess there's all these little options that I constantly ignore. So, okay, I have a question. Is it your location? So you know when you tag in people or you tag in the location, so your location that you're tagging in is say UK, or is that the location, or there's something below that is in the audience of the location?
It's just you can it's the country exactly. If you want to use the location of the country that you want exactly, for example UK, it will give you the options. Not only UK as country, it's going to show you UK and then London as city in the UK. So then you can choose any option from the location that you want. But what is important is it can only allow you to use one location. You cannot combine many locations together. You understand? So this makes it even more fun. If you are using that, okay, if you are using just one location, for example, East United Kingdom, and then you have different the same video, okay, you can also use the same video and then use it for another location. Hello? 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 Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with my other connection. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
But I was gonna say, I was gonna say, so it's just location. It's just when you add location. It's like when you're trying to when you're trying to tag your location of where you're at. That's pretty much it. Because I already do this all the time. I tag that I'm in Barcelona, or I'm at the Barcelona beach, or I'm at Port Barcelona. But the thing is you're using it for the advantage to be shown. Good job. Buen trabajo. Because you know what I was thinking too. To everybody out there, right? I'm here in Spain. I'm here in Barcelona, right? But the thing is, there's not a lot of money here. You know, there's not. And Rita knows that too. Probably that's why Rita's, instead of Galicia, she's advertising in UK, right? Because we know there's not a lot of money here. And even though that I'm tagging Barcelona constantly, I'm like, I know people cannot afford our products here. Okay, our products are very high end that convert into high revenue. And I know Canada and US or UK or Australia could afford our products. And don't get me wrong, there is people here that could afford our products in Europe. Um, but I find that people, I think more, you know, people kind of spend their money on their lifestyle here. You know, they'll spend it more on their lifestyle. You know, it's even though it's you know, people say it's cheap here. You know, it's costly for their living. I see that. You know, they're spending quite a bit to monthly to rent, and you know, they eat or you know, they buy clothes. They have to keep up with the Joneses. People dress nice here, right? So I could see that. And you know, I see now I'm here, okay, because when I was in Canada, I would think, why don't I advertise in these beautiful European countries? And I did. I advertised in Greece. I advertised in Italy. I advertised in, you know, different parts of Africa where it was just like, you know, you see such beautiful, amazing places, and you're like, there's money there. It didn't work. It didn't work because you don't know until you're here. You don't see until you're there that it's hard for these people. We want to live there because it's gorgeous and beautiful. But those people want to escape to Canada or US because they're like, money, 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 money. But the thing is once you have the money, you can have the lifestyle. Because I said that to my kids. I'm like, as I'm driving and we're all over Barcelona downtown and we're at these beautiful restaurants and we're living the dream, right? And there's a bunch of tourists and the tourists are having a good time. But the thing is the people who live here, it's hard because they're working their butts off. They're sweating, they're there, and it's normal for them. It's really normal for the people here in Spain to work from like 10 a.m. to like midnight. That's the whole day's gone. Where do you have any life? And they're just okay with it. That's what the norm. And I'm like, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. And it's very low pay here. But the thing is, what I see, Rita, is I see a lot of people live for the weekends here. A lot of people live for the weekends. All right, we have another business partner, Paulo. Woo, woo, woo. Looks like you're back home, Paulo. So we have a really good subject, and we were just going over locations. I don't know if he was listening to us, but Rita pointed out something really good because I constantly tag location of Spain and Barcelona, and I noticed that it's hard for people to buy our products in this certain areas, right, where there's not a lot of money. But Rita was advising, and what she does is she tags in the more, you know, um, I would say the more richer countries that they will be able to spend on our products. She's thinking of UK, I'm saying Canada, US, right? So I think that's a really good idea when she's doing her reels. But yeah, why don't you introduce yourself, Paulo, and tell us about the subject, how to advertise for free on Instagram.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, don't mind my voice. I got sick on my way back home, so
It sounds like it's the thing right now. There's something going around.
yeah, I gave it. Yeah, so I'm just recovering from it. But anyways, hi everyone. I'm Paulo Perez. I just got back from Sydney, Australia. I was there for a couple of weeks, and so I'm here in beautiful British Columbia, Vancouver. I was born in the Philippines, grew up in Calgary, but been living here in Vancouver for quite a while. And my background is in nursing. I've been nursing for over 2 decades now. Worked in many sectors in nursing, but I burnt out twice in my career, and so that's why I jumped into this business 6 years ago. And I'm glad I did because it really helped me learn to become an entrepreneur, taught me how to leverage social media from a business perspective instead of a personal perspective, where I'm actually being able to monetize what I post on my social media pages. So this is a great topic, Instagram. I love Instagram. I use it a lot because it's more casual in a way, but very creative. And I love creating reels on this. There's multiple apps that I use to create reels. I use CapCut. There's another one I use like a Reels app as well that basically already has pre-built templates into it, and then you just pick and choose from your photo album, like for videos and pictures, and it syncs it to music that's already built in. But then sometimes when I do have time, I will get creative, and I'll create these these videos or reels through CapCut using actual songs and stuff. But it takes a bit more time because you want to time, like for me, I'm very picky. I want to time it with the beats and everything, and that takes a bit of time. But I love doing that, and sometimes I use iMovie as well, where I take some music and then try to create sort of my own sort of reels or videos. But when I travel, like later at some point this week or in the next couple of weeks, a lot of my travels that I did through Sydney, I'll create an iMovie video, so it's going to be longer than a few seconds, but I'll kind of have it with some music as well. But it's just getting creative in that sense with Instagram, and it's free to do. A lot of it just takes time to do, but I replaced that time from watching Netflix or just doing stupid things like scrolling through social media feeds and just wasting like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour on that, and then using that time wisely and creating content for my business. And even while I was during all my trip on Sydney, even though it was like vacation slash like trying to finalize my nursing registration out there, I was also creating content throughout that time and taking pictures, taking videos, creating video ads, creating sort of YouTube shorts that I can use later on. And so other things with Instagram, even while I was away in Sydney, I was using a lot of the Instagram stories features because a lot of people I find are looking through people's stories rather than posts. Because the posts I find is like what your algorithm pushes out to your feed. Whereas Instagram stories, I find you can see so much of people's activities on a daily basis. And I like it because it's only good for 24 hours, but then later on you can actually archive those and actually put them in categories on your Instagram profile. I don't know if people have noticed, realized that you can do that as well. So it's great because I did pretty much almost 2 weeks of of Sydney content of me being a tourist and checking out all the different areas of Sydney's. So yeah, but that was free. Like I was just using my phone. I was just taking pictures, doing videos. Another thing too is like you can do lives on Instagram too. I started doing that recently. I do lives on Facebook as well, but I've also been doing it on Instagram. I started doing that. And this is one thing I want to explore later on is do live Instagram where we talk about business topics as well. Because I heard it can generate a lot more followers, because I do have quite a bit of followers on my Instagram that I want to try and test it out and see. So those are things that I do for free. It's easy to do. You get some, a lot of followers following you, and as Rita and Georgia mentioned, like I do locations whenever I'm anywhere foreign outside of Canada, but also even Vancouver, I do hashtags and locations as well. And I use ChatGPT also to help me figure out like effective hashtags to use with certain topics that I want to, let's say I create infographics for my Instagram page, and so I asked ChatGPT to help me create Instagram hashtags that are effective for that particular post, which is all free as well too. So there's all these tools in your belt that you can use to help create effective posts, stories, and as well as doing these live videos that really help boost your platform on social media. So yeah, that's what I do, you guys. So I'll pass it back to you, Georgia.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
It doesn't seem like a lot to me.
Yeah, you're so busy with that. You're doing amazing. And you're right. I do see all of these like categories. And I love looking at that. Like when I get a new friend on Instagram, I love looking at all their little what you could add it to is what do they call it? Let's see here. Because my daughter was saying that she's adding it. She didn't want to post it on there. She didn't want to post it on her Facebook wall. I mean, her Instagram wall. She wanted to put it on her what is this? Highlights. Highlights. That's what she said. Now you can have all your highlights in a category. You see? So I have all my highlights in a category, right? And that's my Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. I couldn't remember what the name is. That's like
Yeah.
my too as well.
Yeah, and I figured that's what you meant too, the highlight. So and then yeah, and you can actually add your story to one of these highlights. And I do. I add my best looking stories to there and the funnest things that I've had. So and then you can pin things to the top, which
Yeah.
is another thing.
Yeah, that's what I forgot to mention too. Just to add to this part as well, it adds legitimacy to when you do your stories and posts, because there's a lot of scams out there, and people are weary of following people and trusting people. And I find the more authentic you are, the more that you post, the more that you show who you are as a person, as an individual, that you're this real person, that people will kind of let their guard down and actually trust you in that whole process. And at some point, will want to learn what this business is about. And that's my intention, is to provide that sort of trust factor so that people can actually look into this and do their due diligence, and see that this is a real legitimate business. So that's what I focus on in all my social media platforms, because yeah, I've been scammed online as well. I know, Georgia, you have. I don't know, Rita, but there's just so many things out there that we see so much of it. Even as for those who are watching, we see so much of it as a community. We actually discuss it as a community as well, and warn other people as well that be careful of this and this and this, because this is what's happening right now. And so we've got a lot of we got thousands and thousands of people globally who are on the constant lookout for any of these scams that are happening. And so that's what we teach a lot of our mentees and people in our community, is to create this legitimacy on their social media platforms.
Yeah, you're so right. You're so right, Mr. Paulo. There was a time when I normally do live. I go live. Okay, most of the time I always tell my Facebook followers that I will never ask you for money. Okay, you need to understand that if I ever ask you for money, that is not from me. Okay, so don't ever think that this is a scam. This is not a scam. This is a legitimate business, online business. So, and most of the time, they get in touch with me through Messenger, asking me about this business, what is this about, and all. When I ask them their email, they somehow feel reluctant. But the way I explain to them, I tell them, no, this is an automated system which needs your email, okay, and then not only on Facebook, on Instagram as well. So they need, our system needs your email in order for you to be able to get started. So I show that word. And then when I tell them, it's like they somehow believe. So I agree to, I really concur with what you said, Mr. Paulo.
No.
Yeah. Sorry, go on, Paulo.
Well, I was going to add quickly. Thanks, Rita, for pointing it out because a lot of people's profiles are getting hacked as well. That's the thing. So that's good that you point out that we don't ask for money or anything because, like I personally know like quite a few people who are like A-listers that are really well known, and they get their accounts hacked so many times and get new profiles, and they're always constantly saying like this is a fake profile. So and it happens as well to everyday people like us in our profiles because once we reach certain followers, that's when those scam people will start looking at it. So yeah, for those who are watching, if you get messages from us asking for money, that is definitely not us. That is not our character. And we always guide people to watch information webinar. That's our first thing that we always do. And so, yeah, I'll pass it back to you, Georgia.
Yeah, I was gonna say somebody made an account before under my name. I was like, no, that's not me. I'm going to see if I can share my screen really quick to show you my Instagram. Okay, so I was trying to figure it out all while. Oh, I can. Okay, perfect. Okay. Um, can you guys see my screen? You can see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can see it now, Georgia.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of go through my Instagram a little bit because I want to show you some stuff. So I love that the way everybody was talking. So I figured, you know, if I can show you a little bit of things that I do. So I pin things to the top. You can pin things to the top on the phone. It's really easy. And you can put your stories on. Okay, you can put all your stories and you can actually see your viewers. So if you go to your story, you can see who viewed it. You can see, if I click here, I can see all the people that viewed my story. These are my business partners. These are things that I'll reshare. So I don't have to always post. I can repost stuff that my business partners are sharing. This is just me, you know, showing you guys how to earn online, right? So, you know, we welcomed in some people and we congratulated all my business partners. They're getting buyers, they're getting successes, they're getting 1.4K. This was in Kelowna. You know, and it just keeps going. This is my daughter's art, and now there's 17 people watching, right? So and I put a lot of stories, just like Paulo said, stories are easy. They could be off in 24 hours. It doesn't have to be the most perfect picture. There's Akina writing something good, right? And I like to inspire people. Des again, more congrats, and as in Barcelona, you know, our little adventure there, eating at this beautiful restaurant. So that's kind of stories, and you can very easily just add a story from your phone. You can just add a story into your Instagram really quickly, right? And here's the highlights we were talking about. You could just afterwards you can make your story into a highlight, and it'll ask you for those options. And just like um, just like Rita just said, like if you use songs, like this got really quick likes. Only well, for me it's 10. I don't have a lot of followers, but still it caught a good algorithm really quick. It's a 5-second video. It's a 5-second video and it has a good song on it. It's my daughter's art, right? Okay, you don't need to kiss like this. Okay, you don't need to kiss. Right? And I put something short here too. So if you're doing a reel, this is my best advice. If you're going to create a reel, the best advice is make your title short. Just like Rita said, you make it very catchy. First art class in Barcelona for my girls. Violet and Sky, Meadow and Sky, it's their first art class for art school. So I put born artist hashtag artwork Barcelona freedom. And I have the location, Barcelona, which I'm not sure if where it is. Maybe I didn't add the location. But see this here? Art. Now let's go to these hashtags, which are important, which I feel are important. And I like to capitalize the first letter of each word so people can read it. Now, if we go to born artist, let's see this hashtag. When people click on it, it's going to take them to other hashtags here that people hashtag in. Born artist, right? But also, and now she's in this like For You page for these born artists. You see now Meadow in there a couple times. Now, also, people who are following, because people could follow this. See, I could press follow, and people will follow the born artist. And every time I put a hashtag born artist, it will show in their news feed, these 21,479 people. So now if I go back, and I go back to this post, and we have freedom, okay? Because I'm an online biz boss, and I got freedom. So if we go to freedom, there's 56 million people following freedom. Okay. Now, if this is all these people that put the hashtag freedom. Okay. So you're gonna show up in that hashtag they're following, or all of a sudden, so your algorithm gets kicked in. So choose, like, if you're selling, slippers, you put hashtag slippers. It depends on what you're doing, right? And the thing is the whole goal to Instagram is when people go on your wall, it has to look good. It has to look like a magazine, right? Even your thumbnails have to look good. Even though my head's cut off a little, but your thumbnails need to look good in the videos, right? And you don't want your thumbnails to look bad. People don't understand that. These are videos, and I make sure my thumbnail, and I could upload a thumbnail. You want to upload a thumbnail because it needs to be catchy, and it's very important that your whole Instagram looks good, okay? You want your Instagram to look nice, right? So if you're thinking you're gonna throw something in here just to have a little quote, but it doesn't look nice, it's all blurry, or your picture's all blurry, you don't wanna do that, okay? So this is really, really important to have it looking like a magazine, and you got to be real. So whatever your product is, whatever you're doing, you want it to look nice. So let's go back, and you could check your notifications here, and you can make your reels here. You could do all this, but on your phone it's way more easier. This was just to give you a look at everything, but I'm going to stop sharing. And I think I just want to, I would have loved to share on my phone, but I'm just like, I have so much private information and banks and everything on here and people's information. I don't want to, by mistake, show it. But what I want to show on Instagram, what I want to show is the profile and how you can upload all these things, is because I think it's important for people to just see it. A lot of times people don't understand what we're talking about. And I want to incorporate this more and more and more. The more that we do these online biz talks, and if we're going to do subjects of Facebook, I think it's good, just like we do for our business partners behind stage, if we give you a little taste of what we're talking about and do a little slide. So I like to incorporate this more and more and more. And another time we'll be a little bit more prepared. Maybe we'll set up a little bit of something and create slides for it. But Instagram is one of my favorite platforms, without a doubt. And even though, just like Paulo said, I try not to get lost on social media, but I find myself loving Instagram. I find myself constantly looking to see who's viewing my stories, who's looking at things, my family, my friends, my business partners. I find that it's super fun. It's super creative. I love making great, beautiful pictures. It's like art to me. So when you're doing your reels, when you're doing your post, you got to make it a fun experience, because if it's going to be fun for you, it's going to be fun for others. And don't get too hung up over the song and the wording. Just remember something: when it comes to reels, especially, Reels is popular right now. Short videos, short text, more hashtags than anything. So I would strongly advise that. Okay, do you just want to add anything else? You want to add something else, Rita? Okay, so I guess I wanted to, I'll go over a few more things because I feel like there's just so much I want to say about Instagram. Okay, so posting, I would say 3 times a day, okay, on your Instagram profile, which means your Instagram wall, not just the stories. You could do like 20, 30 stories a day if you want. Posting 3 times a day is very important. Now we're talking about free advertisement. If you want to post even more than 3 times a day, you can do that. The post at times, it depends on what the photo is or what your ad is, because if it's a free ad, you want to make it really popping. You want the colors to pop. You want it to be vibrant, and it could just simply be a picture. You can also add a song to a picture. You don't have to make it a reel. See there, I want to show the phone again. You can add just a song to the photo, okay, which is absolutely cool and fun. So it doesn't have to be pressing play for somebody to watch it, okay, because it's just a picture. So you can actually have a song, and if the people's sound is off, they won't hear the song. But if their sound is on Instagram, they'll hear the song. Now, there's a lot of songs trending right now. You want to get trending songs. That's the best way to kick your algorithm in to get people to follow you. And if you think, well, a lot of the teenagers are liking the song. No. A trending song is a trending song. It's going to go into the algorithm and it's going to get you your literally followers. It's going to get you your free buyers. It's going to get you your leads. It's going to get everything that you're looking for. Another thing is I see, okay, this is what I absolutely hate, and I know a lot of people hate it. When the text is like hidden, in the areas you can't even see it. No matter what you click, you can't see the whole text because like your lettering is covering it or there's something on top covering it, like your name of your Instagram. Make sure the text is kind of in the middle, or it's not covered, it's not going to be cut out by anything on the bottom, your wording on the bottom and your text on your just a text in a post. But on the video or on the picture, make sure your text isn't cut out. Like even after you post it, go and look at it to make sure your text isn't cut out. And I know that videos go quick, and it's quick, but I find for my liking, and maybe it's because I'm old compared to a lot of people, but a little, people that are real quick with the Instagrams, because my kids get things and I don't. I'm like, well, what did that say? And they're like, look, I said this. I'm like, listen, slow it down a little. So if you're gonna add some text that you want people to read, your video has to be a little slower. Because just think about it. You need to read that. If it's going to take you 10 seconds to read it and your video is only 3 seconds, you got to think about that. So if you're trying to relay a message, give your video enough time for people to read that message on there. That's my best advice. Because I do see a lot of people complaining on other people's reels. I couldn't even read it. I couldn't do this. Maybe the 12, 15-year-old kids won't complain. They'll pause it 50 times and, they'll get the gist of it. But people that we're trying to get to, which isn't kids, will complain about that or will see it as a nuisance or whatever. So relay the message, give people enough time to read it, and make sure all your text is visible. Yeah, and like I said, just keep posting, keep going, keep posting the hashtags, and make sure that you're on the trend. So we're literally involving every single day on social media, and one day a song or something could be trending, and the next day it's not. So even though we say don't spend time on social media, sometimes you want to get some ideas. So I get a lot of ideas. Don't be afraid to attract ideas. Did you want to say something, Paula? No? So yeah, I think that's it. And if anybody else has any questions for Instagram, don't be shy to message us. If you see this on anybody's um, Facebook or Instagram, or you see this on any of my other business partners' pages that they're not on today, it means that they're able to help you get started and they have Instagram training. We have a whole thing of Instagram training in our training. So, yeah, and we also have our free workshop actually at 5 p.m. today, and that's PST, or it's 3 a.m. Barcelona time, or Galicia time. So if anybody's interested in learning more and wants to know exactly what are we advertising and what are we doing and what are we talking about and how do we make money online, then what you can do is you can click our link in any one of these posts and you can add your name and your email, because I have a huge testimony. And maybe we could take just a minute before we go, since we were so all about the Instagram. We didn't really talk much about the online business, but I'll give the floor to my other business partners, but I'll say it really quick. This business has changed my life. I am so grateful that I started this business 4.5 years ago. I'm a mom of 5 with only a 7th grade education, and this phone and this laptop made me hundreds of thousands of dollars, no joke. And I know it's only going to make me more, millions, and it's going to turn into billions. In Jesus' name, I proclaim it. And not just by fluke, but by my hard work, but by my passion, but by my strong why, which is my children. This business, there is something very special about this business. And I know it has a lot to do with the community, the support, our systems, the products, just everything grouped together. It's genius. It's absolutely genius. I absolutely love the products. They're absolutely incredible. They're so good for you. And this company is a great company. A very sophisticated, caring. They pay you really good. It only changes towards the good. I've seen other companies, and even in our online business community, we had to let other companies go because they did not keep their word. But this one company that we make the most money from just continues to keep their word and continues to, you know, surprise us all the time with just giving and giving and giving millions and millions of dollars on just bonuses. And it's just, I'm really grateful to be a part of this community and to be affiliated with this company. I'm here in Barcelona, Spain, and a lot has changed for me. I'm able to live this beautiful life here and, you know, have a freedom lifestyle and continue to get huge pays like to the point where my bank is flagging all of my deposits. I'm like, I had to call my bank up. And I was like, what's going on? Like, why is my money on hold for so long? Like, I've seen the same money being on hold for so long. Well, did you not notice you added like all these checks in, and this one was 12, and this one was 3,000, and this one was, I'm like, hello, I've been adding the same from the same company, these checks since 2.5 years. Why all of a sudden? What's wrong with you guys? I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not getting mad at you, but she's like, you're right. It has been 2.5 years. I'm like, it's crazy that there's actually so much money coming into my bank account. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord, that the company, the bank system is thinking, what is happening? Isn't that crazy? Like, and I'm like, this is not a new company that I'm getting money from. What's wrong with you? I always add this much into my accounts. Why all of a sudden? Oh, it's too much. It's, how is it too much? It's like, so to hear that, and even to hear the person on the other line even being like shocked, like there's a glitch in our system because you're adding too many checks at once, is crazy. It's crazy. It's a real legit business, right? And it's even, I get paid from a Scotia bank from this company. Let's just put it like that, into my other Canadian bank account. So it blows my mind every single day how much money is that we make in this business, and it's legit, and it's great, and it's easy, and it's full of colors, it's full of life, it's full of everything. You know, whatever you're looking for in a business, this gives it to you. So that's my testimony. I'm sticking to it. That's why I'm a coach still, and that's why I'm CEO and president. And that's why I love helping people all over the world. So yeah, I'll give the floor to you, Rita, if you want to give your testimony real quick before we go.
Well, just like I said, I'm a newbie. Well, I've been in this business for just 2 months, and immediately I arrived, I've seen a lot of testimony, of course. And yes, you are right. I saw that they keep to their word, and then I've already had my own payday. Okay, so yes, that is the only thing I can say. And I'm looking forward to more paydays.
Thank you, beautiful. Tell your bank not to flag anything. Tell them we're gonna get a lot more money. Okay? And that's what I was telling them. I'm like, this shouldn't happen before. What's wrong with yeah, crazy. So go ahead, Paulo. Tell us your testimony. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Yeah, so yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I've been in this business for 6 years. It's provided a light at the end of the tunnel, which I didn't have in my nursing degree with my nursing profession, because for those who work in healthcare, you know, you're just constantly overworked, doing overtime, you're short staff, just the stress piling on top of you. At the same time, you have to still be empathetic and look after patients. And like, it's nice knowing that I have this business now that I know I can make 4 or 5 figures with sales. And I mean, I did it when I was in Australia. I did it when I was traveling through Central America. And I can take this business anywhere with me. It's portable, it's flexible. I don't have to be in a physical store to be running my business, which I love, because it means nonstop ability to keep my business growing and to earn as I'm traveling and enjoying the things I love to do, which is spending time with family and friends, making memories, traveling, spending time with my mom. And so, like, my whys are so big, my dreams are so big. I can actually feel like I can make my dreams come true now, versus like it's just on a piece of paper that it may not happen, because that's what it was like when I was working as a nurse. I didn't think none of my dreams would come true. And then now, like, I'm knocking things off my bucket list of things I want to do. And like, I can't wait for the next year or so. Like, just follow me on my page. For those who are watching me, if you've been following me, you'll see the changes that are going to be happening next year or so. And I can't wait, because it involves a lot of traveling and involves a lot of like creating other new businesses that I want to do along this business, which is going to fuel my other businesses. So yeah, that's my quick testimonial. And yeah, I'll pass it back to you, Georgia.
Thank you so much. God bless you. And yeah, that's the power of writing things out. Even though you didn't think you can, you wrote it, and it somehow happened. This business somehow fell in your lap, just like what I'm going through.
Yeah.
What, writing down things, all these bucket lists, and you make it happen. You
Yeah.
write down your dreams, right? So yeah, and you know, like I said, if anybody wants more information, just click our link. And me and Paulo, well, Paulo pretty much did so much work into this online business community that we created called the Earn Online Academy. And I was just looking through it today, and wow, there's a lot going on in there today, and a lot of successes, a lot of people posting their successes, a lot of people starting the business from coming into this online business community. And thank you. Props to you, Paulo, for creating such a great group. And there's a lot, it's really growing, and it's very exciting in there. So if you guys want to join that group, just click the links above, add your name and your email, and message us privately and tell us you want to join that free Facebook group, the Earn Online Academy, so you can see what we're doing, so you can see more information. So thank you all. We'll see you on the other side. Click that link, add your name and your email. You will not be disappointed. You'll see my free workshop that I hosted. You'll see the 3 main pillars to why we're so successful. Bye, everyone. See you on the other side.